Back here at home, 2 people are now facing charges in connection to a large fight in downtown Winston-Salem. Police say just before midnight, officers on patrol were flagged down at the wrong number on West 4th Street and found multiple fights happening inside the business. Now, we are told when police tried to break things up, the crowd then spilled into the street. Police say this grew into a crowd of people, of several hundred people, and more fights then broke out. And that is when officers used pepper spray to disperse the crowd due to escalating safety concerns. Officers arrested 21-year-old Azavion Neal and 22-year-old Alexis Clark. Both are now facing several charges, including assault on a government official. Now to Davidson County, where 2 men accused of abducting a 14-year-old girl are expected in court today. 40-year-old Samir Ruiz and Rafael Quiroz Marino are each facing felony charges. The sheriff's office says the child involved is now safe. Now, detectives say this all started as a child abandonment investigation after someone saw the girl Saturday and told DSS they noticed suspicious circumstances. As their investigation continued, deputies got a warrant and searched a home on Meadowway Drive in Lexington, and that is where they found the 14-year-old girl inside. Officials say the girl has no relationship to the suspects. In Wilkes County, state troopers say a motorcycle driver died in a crash. This all happened just before 10 o'clock last night on Mountain Valley Church Road near Coral Caudell Road. Highway Patrol says 22-year-old Winston Poe was driving west when he ran the right side of the road in a curve, hit a guardrail, and then flipped. We are told Poe was thrown from the motorcycle and he later died at the hospital. Investigators say it appears speeding played a role in this crash. Well, gas prices here in North Carolina surged 9 cents overnight. The state average today stands at $4.21. Compare that to yesterday, which was $4.12, and a week ago when the gas average in the Tar Heel State was $4. Now, here in the Piedmont Triad, the most expensive gas is in Davie, Guilford, Montgomery, and Surry counties at $4.25 on average. The most affordable gas is in Allegheny, Davie, and Rockingham counties at $4.15. Now, the overnight surge, likely due to President Donald Trump pausing Project Freedom. That was the program aimed to help stranded ships in the Strait of Hormuz. As Alice Barr reports, the president says the effort is on hold to give time to try to reach a broad peace agreement with Iran.
A pause in Project Freedom, citing progress toward a comprehensive peace deal with Iran. President Trump putting the U.S. military operation to guide commercial ships through the Strait of Hormuz on hold to, quote, see whether or not the agreement can be finalized. The president noting the U.S. blockade of Iranian ports stays after saying he hopes economic pressure will force Iran to make a deal.
They should do the smart thing, and because we don't want to go in and kill people, really don't. I don't want to.
Earlier this week, Project Freedom kicked up exchanges of fire as Iran targeted American ships passing through the strait and the U.S. forces protecting them. Top military officials say they intercepted Iran's drones and blew up their small boats, but that it was all below the threshold for restarting major combat operations.
Right now, the ceasefire certainly holds, but we're going to be watching very, very closely.
Iran's top diplomat said peace talks were progressing through Pakistani mediators. The central sticking point has been the U.S. demand that Iran abandon any nuclear ambition and give up its enriched uranium.
We can't let Iran have a nuclear weapon.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio underscoring that while responding to frustrations over soaring gas prices since the war began.
If Iran had a nuclear weapon, and they decided to close the straits and make our gas prices like $9 a gallon or $8 a gallon, we wouldn't be able to do anything about it because they have a nuclear weapon.
That as Iran renewed attacks against its neighbor and U.S. ally, the United Arab Emirates, risking more damage to oil infrastructure. Secretary Rubio travels to Italy today, where he's set to meet with Pope Leo amid President Trump's sharp criticism of the first American pontiff, who has vocally opposed the war. The president now accusing the Pope of being okay with Iran having a nuclear weapon. He responded that the Catholic Church has always opposed nuclear weapons and that any criticism of him for proclaiming the gospel should be based in truth. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Right now, law enforcement, EMS, and Guilford Technical Community College are holding an active assailant training exercise. This is happening near Maple and Vine Streets in Greensboro. We are told people in the area may see a very large emergency response and near simulated gunfire. Again, this is just training. The exercise will continue tomorrow and again on May 20th and 21st. Burlington firefighters say an electrical issue caused a fire that damaged a home. This broke out just after 6 last night on Belmont Street. Crews say they got the flames put out within 20 minutes of getting on the scene. Thankfully, no one was in the home at the time and no firefighters were hurt. The fire department says the fire caused a total of $60,000 in damage to the structure and contents.